Yeah, when he says the whole ship, that's a euphemism, Dana.
Yeah.
I got a warp core to show you right here.
I'm going to fire a phaser at you, yeah.
Shields down.
You've just stepped into Damn It Jim, the podcast. And now, from the broadcast studios high atop Damn It Jim, the university, here are your hosts Dana Smith and Dan Kelzaretta.
Hey, Dan, good to see you again.
Dana, this fucking computer and fucking internet, everything, it's like, it has been bad all fucking day, apparently. And I keep freezing, and then we had to go out, and then go back in, and then turn off the thing, and turn it back on, and son of a bitch.
So you're doing okay, I take it.
Dana, I want to hit somebody. I really want to hit somebody. The problem is, you can't because there's no one to hit.
Yeah. Drive down to the internet company.
I could.
Yeah.
And I know exactly where they are. Yep. And I'm going to do it tonight. Here's what I'm doing tonight, Dana. I've got these bricks in my backyard. I'm going to write a little note, and it's going to say, you guys fucked up my podcast. Love, Damn It Jim, the podcast. P.S. You can't sue us. We're an LLC. P.P.S. Go fuck yourselves. Love, Dana Smith. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, because they're going to look and go, okay, he's in Colorado. Who's the guy in Walla Walla?
They're not that smart, Dana. Have you ever gone into an internet store? Have you ever gone into a Spectrum store, Dana? This is Charter/Spectrum. Yeah, we're talking not the sharpest knives in the internet drawer, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I get the picture.
Yeah. Here's the deal. If anyone's listening from Ziply or any of the other places in Walla Walla, give me a call. You can be a sponsor of Damn It Jim, the podcast. Just hook up my internet for free and make sure it freaking works.
That would be nice.
Anyway, how are you doing, Dana?
I was going to say, you're not even going to ask how I'm doing.
I'm asking, Dana.
Yeah, I'm doing well.
Okay, good. Let's get on with this thing. Do you have any bricks you want to throw at anyone? Who do you want to throw a brick at, Dana? Let's just lay it all out there right now. Who do you want to throw a brick at
It's
right
a
now?
daily thing, Dan. It's
And you're not even working anymore. I mean, at work, I could see it. There's lots of people you could throw bricks at,
Yeah, there's just enough to go around, There's always somebody pissing you off. So right now, we got fires in the mountains. People want to shoot off fireworks all night and stuff, so.
Idiots, Dana.
How about we jump into the listener comments, Dan? Something that'll make us happy.
All right, here we go. So via YouTube, Doug C. says about last week's episode, which was Move Along Home. This episode is a tour de force, and if you don't like it, you're stupid. Doug, go fuck yourself. Yeah, I got a brick with your name on it, Doug. What the hell, Dana?
Wow.
I know it.
I was not expecting that.
No. Whoever this guy is, I don't know. Okay. And also from YouTube, Dana, C. Slimbarsky said about that same episode, Dante meets the Three Stooges? Actually, that would have been a better episode. Remember, because you talked about it being Dante's Inferno and Rings of Hell being the game with the hopscotch girl right in the freaking center of. She deserved a brick too, Dana. Now I think about it. Oh man, I hope I have enough. I got a lot of bricks. I hope I got enough. And then finally, Annoying Critic said, at least the characters know they look ridiculous playing hopscotch. In most bad episodes, the characters treat it all seriously. That's a good point.
Yeah, didn't think about it that way.
I still have some bricks. I'm sure we'll use them during this episode, but that's all the listener comments I have, Dana. How about you?
Facebook, we received a few comments about people being thankful we were back from vacation. We might be overstretching the
Dana,
term,
watch out. I do not want to break with your name on it. Don't piss me off today, Dana. Actually, I usually piss you off. I'm sorry. I apologize.
So one person even posted the Welcome Back Cotter theme. Also, we got a comment from Mary Ann. Don't think we've heard from her before. Said all the good episodes to discuss, and you guys picked the worst ones. Can't wait for SNW to start back up.
Wait, does she not know that we are doing the worst episodes? Was that not clear? Mary Ann, do you need a freaking brick?
Easy with the bricks. I think she was just commenting that, we're doing bad episodes.
Oh, okay. Good. Well, keep listening, Marianne. You do not have a name on a brick. You're good. You're all good.
Okay, Dan. So this week we're doing season 2 of Next Generation, episode 18, Up the Long Ladder. We start off on the bridge of the Enterprise.
Hold on a second, Dana. I do have a question ready for you. Sorry. I was wondering what this title meant, So I called up the linguistic department at Damn It Jim, the university. The operator, we've got a substitute operator, Dana. Not very good. But anyway, the operator sent me to the linguini department instead of linguistic department. So anyway, we got that all figured out. They told me that the phrase up the long ladder is derived from an old Irish rhyme associated with execution by hanging. The actual expression is up the long ladder and down the short rope.
There you go. So when you hear that, then it's not like a fun episode if you ever think about it.
Yeah, well, it wasn't a fun episode.
Yeah.
I wanted to maybe get a short rope, Dana. But anyway, yeah. So that's what that means apparently, which will make sense. The whole Irish thing in very short order.
So we start off on the bridge of the Enterprise. Worf seems to be having some issues. He keeps kind of groaning. I thought he had gas.
I thought he was going to drop a security officer's log right on the bridge. That's what I thought. I mean, we were both thinking the same thing.
Yes. So then Picard comes through the bridge and calls Riker to his ready room to discuss a distress beacon, not bacon, just so I don't want you getting all excited.
Well, bacon is never stressful unless you don't have it.
That's what I would see as being stressful. Yes.
Maybe the beacon was going off because they didn't have any bacon. It was actually bacon beacon.
It's an old code coming out of the ficus sector. Isn't ficus a plant?
Once again, I needed to call Damn It Jim, the university, because I thought so too. So I got the botany department. They said that a ficus is a genus of about 850 species of woody trees, shrubs, vines, and epiphytes, and even hemiepiphytes in the family Moraceae, collectively known as fig trees. Many grow fruit known as the common fig.
Wow. So it's the fig sector is what it is.
It is the fig sector, yeah.
So the computer tells them that the beacon is European hegemony.
They pronounced it wrong, though, didn't they?
Yes, they did. That's what threw me off.
Yeah. Wait, Dana, where's that fucking English professor? The one who complained that I got the name of the episode wrong because it was right there in front of me. Where is that guy now?
He's eating crow, Dan. He's realized the errors of his ways and doesn't make comments like that anymore.
Do you know what that professor needs, Dana?
A brick?
He needs a brick, Dana. He needs a brick.
Again, the European hegemony was from the 22nd century. So they say they're going to go find them, and they go back on the bridge, and Worf has collapsed.
So, Dana, when they're looking at the screen, I froze it on that. I looked at the screen, and you see the names of several ships. One of them was named the Yuri Gagarin, after the first human in space, right? There's also one called the Seattle, the Lord Nelson. But here's the one, Dana. There was one called the Buckaroo Banzai.
Oh, wow. I might have to go back and look at that. I love that movie.
Yeah, that's a great movie. Yeah. All right. Anyway, I thought I'd tell you that. So for our listeners to know, that little bit of information took us about a half an hour because the freaking internet on my end is doing something and many bricks will be thrown, Dana.
Next thing we see is Worf in sickbay with Dr. Pulaski. Remember the second season, there's no Dr. Crusher.
Right.
Worf says, Klingons don't fart. Oh, sorry, faint. Fart maybe, but they don't faint.
Oh, you would not want to be around when a Klingon farts.
Oh my gosh, yeah. If he had farted on the bridge, everybody else would have passed out. Yeah.
Well, I was thinking it was constipation.
Yeah.
Man, can you imagine a Klingon constipated? Ooh.
Oof. Nobody's going in after him to clean up the toilet after that.
Oh.
It's like, that's
Yeah, no kidding. That would be bad news. Yeah.
So then Pulaski says Worf has some Klingon name that I could not even try to pronounce.
Syphilis.
But it's the Klingon version of the measles.
Oh, it wasn't syphilis. Okay.
Yeah. Worf is upset because the only way the Klingons can get measles is through sex with another Klingon. So,
So it was syphilis.
yeah, it's just they Measles, syphilis, what's the difference? So back in Picard's ready room, they figure out that the ship that sent the distress call is the Mariposa.
And here's another time I zoomed in on the computer screen that they had, and it was the manifest. So here's some things they list. Now, he tells us this later, but I didn't know he was going to tell us this. So there were some spinning wheels, some computer CPUs, and then various livestock, including cattle, chickens, and pigs. So we know this can't be a Scottish ship, Dana, because there were no sheep. No very nervous sheep, Dana.
Wow.
Yeah.
There goes all our Scottish listeners. Yeah. So.
Well, you were the one who was insinuating that they were having sex with sheep in many other episodes, I'm pretty sure.
They make a comment that has two very distinct types of cargo, kind of what you're saying.
Yeah.
Spinning wheels, cattle, and then high-tech computers.
Yeah, it was weird.
Data gives the history that after World War III, the tumult at the time prompted some people to revert to simpler ways. The neo-transcendentalist movement founded by Liam Dayan.
Well, I was also wondering about, I've heard about transcendentalism, and it is a real philosophical system. Once again, I called Damn It Jim the University. They got sick of me after a few minutes, Dana. They told me that transcendentalism is a philosophical, spiritual, and literary movement that developed in the late 1820s and 30s. Its core belief, Dana, is the inherent goodness of people and nature. And while society and its institutions have corrupted the purity of the individual, people are at their best when they're self-reliant and independent. I guess that's why they have pigs, cattle, and chickens, but no sheep. The Scottish kept all the sheep, I guess. But so they can be self-sufficient, Dana.
Later, we see Worf brings the doctor a gift because she lied to Picard about what made him sick.
Oh, right. She didn't tell him it was syphilis.
What was it McCoy called it in one of the Star Trek movies? Shore leave sickness.
Oh, is that what he said?
Yeah, about Scotty. Scotty said, yeah, I had a wee bit of sickness that kept me down for a bit. And McCoy goes, shore leave sickness.
Was he on a sheep farm? That's what I want to know.
Didn't say. Worf brings her this Klingon tea ceremony, and Pulaski is all excited about it.
Yeah.
Worf tells her that humans can't drink the tea because it'll kill them. Pulaski runs out, comes back in, and gives herself the antidote
for syphilis.
So she can drink the tea with Worf. And she asks him to quote some Klingon poetry. So I think there's something going on between Pulaski and Worf.
But this whole little sidetrack, it goes nowhere in this episode. Like it never comes back.
It means nothing. It's just a little, hey, let's give Worf a little more airtime and Pulaski. So the Enterprise finds the fifth planet from the sun in the Ficus fig tree system. And it's a Class M planet.
Of course it is, yeah.
And their life forms 30 meters under the ground.
No, that's 90 feet to you and me.
The sun is throwing off huge solar flares that are very dangerous. And Troy warns that it can be quite the change for these people who for 300 years have not had the technology that is now on the Enterprise.
Oh, because they're thinking of saving them and beaming them aboard.
Kind of like probably what's been happening with you. I think you've been affected by solar flares in Walla Walla.
Is that what's happening with my internet? Is that what's going on, Dana?
It's just solar flares, Dan. It's nothing else. So they start, they go to beam up people, and Riker says that there's a bit of a problem. And Picard's like, just beam them up. And so they start beaming them up while we see these people on the transporter pads, and they got farm animals with them.
And like hay, Dana. How does the hay get beamed up?
Yeah. I was wondering, couldn't that get put the wrong place? You got hay in your pants or something, But the people are all dressed like they're like from the 1800s or something.
I know. This was ridiculous, Dana. This was ridiculous.
The leader kind of steps towards O'Brien, and O'Brien, he says, and who are you? And he's like, oh, I'm Chief Officer O'Brien. And the guy goes, I should have known it'd be one of our own kind that would help save us. And he offers him a drink from his flask.
Dana, my God. It's so bad. Have you ever used a flask? I don't have a flask.
Yeah, I've used a flask.
But flasks, they're not really a thing anymore, are they?
Oh yeah, people still carry flasks. I don't think it's like it was back in the day where people had them in their coat pocket all the time.
And just drinking,
Yeah, but I think if you go to like, if you went to like baseball games and football games, people carried flasks with them. Now, you got to go through metal detectors and stuff, and they search you. And
Yeah, see the good old days, Dana. Where are they, the good old days?
they go to kids' baseball games where they don't have the scanners, and they drink from the flask there. Set a good example for the boys. Yeah, so for the kids.
At Little League games, like that's where they're doing this.
Yeah.
You should just Google Crazy Parents Little League.
Oh my God.
Oh, some of these videos, Dana, of people and what they do,
Right after I graduated high school, I was asked to help umpire little girls' softball games.
Oh, no.
And this is like, we're talking like 8 years old or whatever.
And you agreed. You agreed to do this.
Yeah, well, they were paying me like, it was like $15 a game or something like that. It was like, a lot of money back then. There's a play at first. I called the girl out. The mom came running out of the stands and got in my face screaming at me.
And you're like 18 years old.
Yeah, that her child was safe and that I was wrong and I needed to change the call. Not having a conversation with me, but screaming at me.
Did you have a brick, Dana, at that point?
And so I said, I'm sorry, I made the call that she's out. And I turned around to walk away from her. Mm-hmm. And this other woman who was the first base girl's mom came running out and said, you're not changing the call. And I thought these two women were going to have a fight right there on the field.
Wow.
And so the guy that was the home plate umpire came running out.
And he's like a 12-year-old, probably.
He comes out and goes, he made the call. And so, the woman stormed off the field and said, I'm going to take my daughter home.
Wow.
That's my personal experience. So I've seen a lot of stuff like that.
And sometimes it's bad. Like there have been people killed, shot to death, umpires, because the parents didn't like the call.
So Picard comes in and meets the leader as Danilo O'Dell. And so he tries to get him to meet up with his daughter, Picard to meet up with his daughter. He goes, are you married? And Picard's like, no. He's like, have you got any interest in being married? And so he's like, no. And he's like, I want you to meet my daughter. Then Picard kind of extracts himself from that. And Picard has him sent to cargo hold 7. We go to cargo hold 7 and there's hay strewn about the floor. Animals are in pens. I mean, did these people bring the wood with them as well? I mean, it's just...
Apparently. Yeah, apparently.
And then we see a very attractive woman.
Dana, this was so ridiculous. And it's going to get like a million times more ridiculous in about a minute.
Yeah, because Riker walks up.
Exactly right. Exactly right. Oh my God, Dana. Talk about syphilis. Wow.
Yeah. And he's like all smiling at the woman and stuff. And her name's Brenna O'Dell.
And she was beautiful. She was a beautiful woman.
A little bit of a hot temper. Those Irish.
Always wanting to fight, Dana. Were the moms Irish who stormed onto the field? Were they Irish?
Yeah. I think that's what it was. Yeah.
You called me little girl out, you bastard.
I'm going to hit you with me Blarney Stone.
Is that a shillelagh in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? Now it was being stereotypical. See, I'm half Irish, Dana. I can say that.
I'm like 18% or something like that.
Perfect. That equals 68% if we add it together. See how good I did that math, Dana? It was pretty fun.
Yeah, that was amazing. So Brenna says that she needs to feed the women and children. And Riker asks what about the men? And she says they'll find their way through a little of the homebrew.
Yeah, I kind of like that.
So I was like, yeah, here, Dan's going to now love this episode and be upset at me for picking it as a bad one.
It's a great episode because of the homebrew, Dana.
Because of one line.
And they mentioned beer, I think, even later in the episode.
So Picard goes to leave and Riker's like, well, I think I'm going to stay behind and see if Brenna needs any extra help.
And can you get Dr. Pulaski ready to give me a shot? And she might need it too. Actually, she's going to need it. I don't need it.
Yeah. So he goes up to Brenna and she asks Riker, where does a woman go to wash her feet on the ship?
What? And she starts pulling her dress up, Dana.
Yeah. Show the dirty feet that she has. So Riker says, oddly enough, my room is a great place to wash up.
My God.
He offers to show her the whole ship. But you know where he's going.
Yeah, when he says the whole ship, that's a euphemism, Dana.
Yeah.
I got a warp core to show you right here.
I'm going to fire a phaser at you, yeah.
Shields down.
So Danilo Odell stops Picard and asks about the other colony.
Oh.
Picard's like, another colony?
If they're like you, we're not going to find them.
Yeah. And then the next scene, they cut back to Riker, and he really is taking her to his quarters.
But she had a completely different outfit on. Like she had almost like a tube top that looked like it hadn't been crocheted. And it was green. Of course, it'd be green because they're Irish. And then like a short green dress. Where was the long dress she was wearing? And she hasn't even washed her feet at this point.
No. So she walks up to him. Riker asks if there's something special to this foot washing. And she says, you usually start at the top and work your way down.
My God. Who wrote this episode, Dana? Like a middle schooler? I mean,
I was going to say some teenage boy all hyped up on testosterone.
I could see us writing this episode, actually. Although they could never broadcast it, Dana.
Yeah, it'd be a whole lot different.
Tonight on the Penthouse channel, another Star Trek episode written by Dana and Dan. Oh, guys, it's the Dana and Dan episodes again.
So then Riker kisses her. Meanwhile, Danilo is setting up a still and wants to start a fire without setting off the ship's sensors. And Worf says, the replicators can produce real alcohol. And so Worf calls out something to the replicator.
He says it in Klingon, right?
Hopefully, if he said it in English, I'd be able to reproduce that. But hopefully.
It depends on how much you've been hitting the flask, Dana.
And so then Brenna comes back, and she looks same as she did before Riker kissed her.
Except a little flushed, and her feet might be clean.
So then we see Picard reaches out to the other colony, which is called the Mariposa colony.
Then Data tells him means butterfly in Spanish and goes off on this rant about some silly factoids.
Yeah. And Picard's like, Data, shut the f*** up.
You're starting to sound like those guys on Damn It, Jim, the podcast.
Data, don't make me disconnect you.
With a brick. I've got a brick, Data, and it's got your name on it.
So Colony is much more modern looking. Wilson Granger's the prime minister of Mariposa and suggests Picard beam down so they can talk. They were probably having internet connection problems, So then Troy warns Picard that Granger is hiding something. And I don't think it's just in his pants.
Be careful, Captain. They're hiding something.
So Picard sends Worf, Riker, and Pulaski down.
Picard doesn't go, though, does he?
No, he's like, hell, I'm not going down there. Yeah, it's dangerous.
Troy just told me to be careful. I can't go down there.
That's why I'm sending Riker. I can barely stand that fucker.
Worf, if you need to, shoot him in the back. He's full of syphilis again. I'm going to stay here and take care of Troy. All right, so Pulaski goes too, though, right? She's down there. Yeah, of course, yeah.
They're greeted by another Granger who looks just like the one they just spoke to before.
But in different clothes.
Then Riker and Worf are walking along. They see three women who all look alike.
And then Riker's like, I'm going to like this planet.
Yeah, foursome? Okay, fivesome? Yeah. Then Riker says, there's something strange going on here. Yeah, no shit.
Wow, that's That's brilliant. Worf's just getting the phaser ready. He's like, oh, well, it's now set to extra kill. That's how I'm setting this thing.
Disintegrate, yeah.
This guy's a moron. That didn't sound like Worf at all.
Meanwhile, Granger asks Pulaski if she's a medical doctor or a science doctor. Pulaski's like, oh, I'm just a medical doctor. And then he leaves her alone by this statue. And there's another guy standing there, and she does a little scan with the handheld scanning device.
He looked like Eddie Murphy.
He did. I was thinking the same thing, yeah. So when they go to meet the prime minister, Pulaski asks if the entire colony is clones.
Clowns?
Clones.
Oh, clones. Okay.
So she says, I could have sworn that one guy was Eddie Murphy, and he's been dead for a long time. So
It's got to be clones. Has to be. Can you imagine an entire population of clowns, though? That would be.
Entire population of mimes. Let's just take it a step further. So back on the ship, Granger explains that only 5 people survived the trip to Mariposa.
Oh.
So they made clones to keep the colony alive.
Because they were sad and they wanted the clowns to kind of cheer them up.
Because that's better than creating clowns to cheer yourself up when there's only 5 of you left. Yeah.
Well, there were 6. The one guy created a mime and the other guys killed him. And they were like, no, we're going to make clowns, not mimes.
Yeah. So Pulaski asks how they achieve this without sexual reproduction. And he says they suppress their desires. And he looks right at Riker and says, we now find the concept of sexual activity repugnant. So Pulaski asks about replicative fading. Dan, replicative fading, you remember when we used to make cassette tapes?
Yeah.
And somebody would give you a really good cassette tape and you dub that off to another cassette tape.
Right.
But it didn't sound as good a quality. That's what it is the quality decreases, the more clones you make.
So the original clones were really funny. And by the time you get to these guys, they're just not funny anymore. They got the red nose, but nothing else.
But they're more like mimes. Yeah. So you degrade from clown to mime.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So Picard asks how they can help, and Granger's like, well, it's funny you should ask.
What you could do is you could unzip your pants and we could...
Well, I'm waiting for you to finish that sentence. So Granger asks if they can donate DNA so they can freshen things up a bit.
Well, that's right. That's what I meant. He's going to donate some DNA.
My first thought was Riker would be all over this, thinking, yeah, hey, I saw those 4 women down there. I could donate a lot of DNA to them, you know. So, but that's not the case.
Because they don't like the sexual reproduction. They want to do something else.
Exactly. So then Picard shakes his head no. He says, I don't think anyone on the Enterprise will jump at this idea. And Picard offers to send down a technical crew to help with their equipment. Granger agrees, but you know where this is going.
Oh, totally. You could see where this is going.
So Riker, Pulaski, and a team of technicians go down to the planet. Riker and Pulaski go to see Granger and say the techs are almost done. And there's like 5 guys standing around the office. And then they get shot with phasers, knocking them both out.
Now, Dana, why didn't Troy warn them again? You know, guys, you know, if I were you, I don't think I'd go back to that planet. She doesn't talk like that, by the way.
No, you know, this was all as obvious as the lump in Riker's pants, Dan. It's just, how'd they not know this was going to happen?
Yeah, exactly.
So Geordi comes into the office where Granger is, and he's looking for Riker and Pulaski, and they're like, oh, we don't know. We haven't seen them. And no one shoots him. Why don't they want Geordi's DNA?
Well, because he wears a oil filter on his head, Dana. That's why. They need people who can see.
Yeah. I didn't even think about that. Yeah. So back on the Enterprise, Pulaski and Riker are in this lab, and Geordi comes up and asks if they're okay. And they both realize they have no memory of meeting with Granger.
Oh, okay.
And they figure out that their DNA has been taken.
How did they know their DNA was taken? Did Riker like look in his pants and go, oh, yeah, something?
No, Pulaski did a scan.
Oh, right.
So they figure out the DNA has been taken. Pulaski scans Geordi, and then she scans Riker. Geordi's all intact.
Yeah, he's like, thank God I'm intact.
But she says Riker is missing some mitochondrial DNA or something. So Riker, Pulaski, and Geordi beam back down to the planet. They beam down right in the cloning labs. How do they know where their cloning labs are?
There's a lot of red noses and crazy wigs hanging on the wall and some of the woo-ha horns, that kind of thing.
So Riker destroys the two clones. Later on the Enterprise, there's an argument from Troy that they're just trying to survive. And Pulaski says what they need is breeding stock.
And Troy, you're just the one to do it.
I mean, breeding stock?
I know, Dana. You know what my thought was at that point? Because I knew how bad this episode was. My thought was just send the Irish down there.
You could have written this episode, Dan, because that's what Picard's plan is.
Well, I never liked the Irish anyway. I'm just going to send them.
After all this time, England will be pure. Yeah. Even though I'm French.
Which does not make any sense. I still don't understand.
So they think they can use the Irish folk to help infuse some new DNA into the group, and they present it to Granger, and he's not happy with the idea because basically he thinks the Irish folk are beneath him and will basically dirty their DNA. So then while they're talking to Granger, and Danilo is there as well, Pulaski suggests that for the best chance, each woman would have to have children with 3 different men.
Oh, now the episode's getting better. Okay.
Yeah, now it sounds like something we'd write. Yeah. So Danilo is all excited about the opportunity this provides for him.
Well, yeah, of course he would be. But come on, what about the women, Dana? What about the women?
So Brenna comes storming up to Picard and yells at him for setting this all up, saying, "You never consider the women." And after Picard suggests the decision is hers, and this will be like a new start, which is what they wanted, Brenna suddenly likes the idea of having 3 husbands.
Well, yeah, and she says something about the prime minister, right? And then she says, I bet he has more than 2 nickels to rub together. He's got more than 2 of something to rub together, Dana.
But she likes the idea of having the 3 husbands, and she goes over to talk to Granger. And Dan, that is how this episode ends. So, Dan, do you have any notes, anything special you want to mention about this episode?
I do, Dana. Episode author Melinda Snodgrass remarked that this episode was intended to be a commentary about immigration because I hate the current American policy. Now, remember, this was 1990s, Dana.
Yeah.
She also said, I wanted it to be something that says, sometimes those outsiders you think are so smelly and wrong-colored can bring enormous benefits to your society because they bring life and energy. And then also, Dana, Ronald Moore, who was a writer and producer for the series, called this episode terrible, beyond terrible. And then finally, Barry Ingram, who played Daniil O'Dell, Brenna's father, was originally considered for the role of Jean-Luc Picard. Can you imagine that, Dana?
So now we'd have an Irish-English Frenchman.
What would that accent sound like? My name is Jean-Luc Picard. I got the little people working on the ship for me. Let's go find the end of the rainbow.
Mr. Worf, dance us a jig, will you?
Anyway, that's all I have, Dana. How about you? What interesting things do you have to tell us about this episode?
Dan, the Irish people were the Bringol. That word, Bringol, is the Irish word for dream.
It doesn't mean bad dream, because this episode was bad. It was a bad dream, Dana.
Yeah, it was, should have put what's the Irish word for crap? Yeah, in front of that.
I'd like to hit the writer over the head with me shillelagh.
So another thing I thought was interesting is that statue that Pulaski stands in front of. It's got like an arm stretching out, holding a ball.
Yeah.
Well, it is reminiscent of the receptacles from TOS episode Return to Tomorrow, which also featured Diana Muldaur.
That's right. Yes. I forgot she was in that episode.
Yeah. Dan, kind of as we've alluded to, the episode was also highly criticized by Irish Americans for presenting an overly stereotyped view of their culture.
I don't believe it, Dana. I do not believe that is true.
And go eat some corned beef and potatoes.
And look for the leprechauns.
Eat me Lucky Charms.
Talk about stereotypes. But once again, combined, we are 68% Irish.
And just to add to that, Cole Meany, who plays O'Brien, hated this episode.
He is Irish.
Okay, Dan, what are your final thoughts on this episode?
Dana, at first I thought this was just going to be a stupid episode. Unfortunately, it was so much more than that. There are stereotypes of Irish people that are so bad, I can't even believe they made this into an episode, Dana. We're also led to believe that Brenna is willing to become a baby factory just because the prime minister may have money. This is horribly sexist. And what the writers of the show seem to be saying is that because this woman is poor, she's willing to essentially sell her body. I mean, bad, Dana. Really, really bad. And the Bringle, Dana, are portrayed as simple, drunk, and stupid. Okay, those words could have been used to describe us at various points in our lives, but to portray an entire group of people, in this case the Irish, in that light, it's wrong, Dana. It's just wrong. So overall, a horrible episode filled with stereotypes about Irish people, women, and the poor. It should never have been made. How about you?
Yeah, Dan, this is a bit silly and not very well executed either. I kind of like the idea of the cloning thing and decline of the species due to the recloning and of the recloned. Yeah. So I thought that was kind of an interesting thing, and they could have made a whole episode out of that. But otherwise, this is a sad episode with no imagination. The Irish folk, the Bringle, are way too simple and poorly portrayed as you mentioned, drunk and kind of slovenly and stupid. A whole lot of stereotyping going on there. I didn't laugh. I didn't really care. And then I read where the writers took a lot of flack for Riker killing the clones of him and Pulaski, as it was seen as being essentially murder of a child, like an abortion. Fortunately, there are so many better episodes of TNG to watch. But if you're going to go through the catalog for the first time, you might want to skip this one. I kind of wish we had.
Unless you're drinking, like the Irish do all the time. Dana, this episode was not only horrible to watch, but the podcast was frustrating to record because I'm having all these internet problems. If any of you work for Spectrum, I will send you a brick that you can then go hit someone over the head with, whoever that person would be, because it's horrible right now, my internet. It's just horrible. Anyway, Dana, I had a great time talking about this episode.
Yeah, Dan, as always, it's great to get together with you and talk about Star Trek, even through some of the really bad episodes, which this one was. Next week, Dan, we'll be looking at the trailer for Strange New Worlds' 4th season. Something to look forward to. Until we meet again, live long and prosper.
Okay, where's the fucking stop button?
Thanks once again for listening to Damn It Jim, the podcast. This podcast was written and produced by Dana Smith and Dan Kelzaretta for Ramble Jar Productions. We'd love to hear from you. Please give us a call on the Damn It Jim hotline at 509-676-6298. From Dana, Dan, and the entire staff at Damn It Jim, have a great rest of your week. And, as always, remember to live long and prosper.